Welcome to Football Victoria's FFA Cup Round 6 qualifiers. A cup set is on the cards perhaps. Who knows, as a 7th placed MPL 1 Victoria side, Port Melbourne take on relative minnows Sydenham Park Soccer Club. A State League 1 side by trade, they gained a 3-0 shock victory over MPL 2 side Goulburn Valley in the previous round as they seek to go one better against top tier opposition. I'm your play-by-play caller Neil Simons, with co-commentator Alex Sivkorovsky, bringing you their outstanding Round 6 clash in the FFA Cup qualifiers. I'm extremely excited behind closed doors, unfortunately. However, boy, this is very unique. 3 divisions up.
Yes, thank you, Neil, and welcome to everyone watching at home. We can't thank you enough for having you on board tonight. Hopefully the boys will do you justice. It's going to be a big upset if we do call it tonight, Neil, with Sydenham Park, as you mentioned, the Minnows. But it's the magic of the FA Cup, as they call it. We never know what could happen, and looks like Sydenham will get us underway. And make sure you like and share the stream, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts throughout the day, the game, sorry. And over to you, Neil.
As we are set for kickoff here at JL Murphy Reserve, after almost a month, Victorian football has returned, and returns with some FFA Cup as Sydenham Park kick us off here. Quick interplay finds George Mills in the centre of the park, goes down to John Quall on the left-hand side. Got plenty of officers waiting in the middle, and it's cleared effectively away from Sydenham Park. Port Melbourne willing to go out fast and go out quick. High tempo play thus far. Aaron Reardon opts to go to his central partner in Michael Eager. Finds Chris Kiosis with a poor touch and goes out for a throw-in. Cagey tensions thus far. Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I think both teams nervous start. I mean, after a 3-week hiatus, both teams played a game over the weekend. Port Melbourne doing a number over South Melbourne, and Sydenham doing a number 2 over Caroline Springs George Cross, who were top of the table. So I think in the first 10 minutes, both teams will suss each other out, and then after that, we should see the game sort of open up a little bit and hopefully bring on a couple of goals.
We love some goals, and then the FFA Cup, obviously 3 other fixtures this evening, including that mammoth fixture between the Preston Lions and Oakley Cannons, and we'll bring you score updates as they occur this evening. Here finds Quall on the edge of the 18-yard box, parried away, and Sydenham Park just clamping up in the middle very effectively. George Mills, plenty to deal with. George Mills, a former A-League product in his own right. Actually played in the Eredivisie for Fortuna Sittard as well. Was recently released from the Brisbane Roar in the January window and returned to Melbourne to play for Port Melbourne this season. Here comes Michael Eager. Aaron Reardon. Assessing his options, finds George Mill with a long switch over to the right-hand side. It's a wonderful ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. However, it may have gone out for a throw-in. In fact, it actually will go out for a corner. Goal kick, my apologies. So, George Mills, how about that switch over to the right-hand side?
Yeah, it was a beautiful ball across. Unfortunately, it just wasn't able to get on the end of it. But ominous signs early from Port Melbourne. They look to go down the long route and just catch out Sydenham. But, got to be careful. Can't play the offside trap against a quality side like Port Melbourne.
Well, let's not discount Sydenham Park Soccer Club. They have had quite the run thus far. Obviously defeating Goulburn Valley, and last week they defeated, a relative powerhouse within Victorian football in Caroline Springs George Cross, 1-0. And Chris Kiosis will take the throw in over here. Eager. Wellsmore. And the referee awards a free kick and states that it was in the ankle region, rendering that free kick call. Port Melbourne dictating the tempo, ensuring nothing goes past Sydenham Park. Parrying the ball into those forward line areas, and well, they do have plenty of outstanding players. And here comes Sydenham Park, their first distinct attacking chance. The ball was too far and too much width on it. Alex, it's Sydenham Park just struggling to string those key passes together to really create a positive attacking foray.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, Neil. I think they're playing just ball up front on his own, and probably a defensive setup by Denny at the moment. I think he's just wanting to suss out how his charges will go, and then obviously a slight tweak to the formation. But yeah, you're right. They definitely need to get that passes going. They've got looks like they're playing a 4-1-1 up the top, so they'll obviously want to hold that line and be careful they don't get caught out in the back. But look, it's a good start for them. They'll want to hold on, but they really need to get the passes going.
Here comes Vidanovsky, bustling down that left-hand side as Port Melbourne surround the player there. It's herd mentality, as they would call it. On Subom misplacing a pass there, and Port Melbourne will recalibrate. You'd expect they want the early goal to kickstart, well, this intriguing contest. Obviously, teams were notified relatively in quick succession that these ties would occur, as it was a scramble to get these fixtures scheduled. And, well, thankfully, we do have some midweek football to provide here for you on the Football Victoria live streams on YouTube and Facebook. FFA Cup back in action. It's wonderful to see. And Michael Eager goes high ball all the way down, but it was defended exquisitely from Borbor Sam. And here comes Sam once again, running down the right-hand side. He's got options searching the left-hand side. Will he go over the way? Takes a shot. Oh, what a wonderful save from Andrew Withers. Outside of the boot, Andrew Withers got up to get his palm to it, and it's Sydenham Park with the first distinct chance of this evening.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot there, and it broke the lines nicely there, Sydenham Park. And look, that'll get him some good encouragement there, and come in. But what a save that was by Andrew Withers. That was definitely going in, so definitely had to stretch out for that one, and the cross to come in.
Borbor Sam, keep your eye on him. Corner taken, it's headed away from George Mills. Believe he has had trials at Chelsea and Southampton. So there you go. It was as a youngster, but nonetheless, he is that player to watch out for Port Melbourne. Second corner of the evening for Sydenham Park. Whipped in. Header just goes wide of the goal, but they're appealing for a secondary corner. It was Ansu Bom on the header. And Port Melbourne, they may have thought it would have been an easy run ahead, but Sydenham Park applying the pressure, imposing their will early.
Yeah, and it's good to see. They're not afraid of the challenge, and that'll do Sydenham Park boys a lot of wonders, and just give their confidence up, and might peg back Port Melbourne a peg or two, and just be wary. This is not a pushover. Sydenham Park have come out to play, and definitely cause an upset.
Absolutely so. As Port Melbourne seek to get that early goal, they haven't had a shot on goal that's worth talking about in raptures compared to that, well, outside of the boot effort from Borbor Sam. Entomolopoulos. On that far right side, the ball whipped in central, but it is defended effectively from Bobby Vidanovsky. Well, that was Ansu Bom trying to deal with his man on a one-on-one situation. And that's really the talking point. Port Melbourne pressure and Sydenham Park counter. A counter press, if you will, implemented here by the State League 1 Northwest side. And it's really Port Melbourne just controlling the tempo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of expected, Neil. Port Melbourne, obviously, the much more experienced side, but Sydenham Park holding their lines. Not afraid to go toe-to-toe with the big boys. And look out for number 15, Zach Losoyarski, 15 years old, playing an FA Cup final game. I'm not sure where you were at 15, Neil, but we definitely weren't playing an FA Cup game, so credit to Zach. We spoke to the coach earlier on before the match, and real happy with his progression, and look to push on from here. But a chance now for Port Melbourne, just not able to get it under control, and Sydenham Park just deal with that one.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't doing much at 15. I was watching these FFA Cup matches. They're under 32, of course. Lofted ball onto the left-hand side. Kios is unable to get to it, but it's a fantastic shielding effort from Oscar Thompson. And Sydenham Park win possession. Obviously wonderful that the FFA Cup have a new home for the foreseeable future, with Paramount, Viacom, CBS and Channel 10 broadcasting the fixtures from the round of 32 onwards. And here comes Sydenham Park. Ball whipped to that far left side. And a fantastic defensive effort from Port Melbourne. Sliding challenge was sublime. And Sydenham Park, see them occupying that left-hand side. But see Port Melbourne draw the space. Here they go. Bustling run down that right-hand side. Options in the middle. The pass was ineffective. And Sydenham Park will build out from the back. Or at least attempt to. A 2-on-1 challenge there sees Port Melbourne win possession.
Yeah, peg back a little bit now, Sydenham. So Port Melbourne obviously looking to press on a little bit here. Looking for up, can the cross come in? It's a high one. Comes to the back post. Kasusis hits it, sprayed it a little bit. And now it's Port Melbourne's turn to defend. But yeah, you're definitely right there, Neil. Sydenham Park will look to go on their left-hand side. They've got a bit of speed going there, and I think they'll take advantage of that. But the opposite end here with Chris Casus there just having a wayward cross. They've got to be careful on his because he's got quite a bit of speed on him. So it's a bit of a chess match at the moment, Neil.
It's really a chess match. Port Melbourne, the aggressors, Sydenham Park, way back and choose to attack whenever they deem that there's a distinct opportunity waiting. But then Chris Kiosis, well, the volleyed shot wasn't too great. Firing over the bar. Defensive tussle finds the feet of Christopher Duggan. Well, Christopher Duggan, Alex, he was in the headlines this week amongst National Premier League circles as we wait for this attack to dissipate. However, maybe not, as Sydenham Park looked to have something going their way, but Port Melbourne consolidating once more. And, well, Christopher Duggan, he scored quite the goal against South Melbourne to make it 1-0. A bicycle kick. If you haven't had a look at that, then it will be in the goals of the week to come, or goals of the month, and also it's done extremely well on Twitter as well. Gone viral in State League circles, which is fantastic to see. And, well, I'll tell you what, if Bobo Sam struck that, that would have rivaled that goal, you'd have to say. Volleyed away, and here comes Duggan with the attempted scorpion pass. You don't often see that. Looking to impose more heroics. And calls for handball, and George Mell certainly hit the hand, but very cagey here from Port Melbourne. Trying to parry the ball away as much as they can. The Sydenham Park aren't letting up.
Yeah, it looks like Port Melbourne now starting to get into a bit of a groove and putting pressure on Sydenham. So Sydenham obviously well drilled at the back and need to make sure that they're focusing. Otherwise, Port Melbourne will take advantage of it. But that danger man, Bobo Sam, He's looking to light up tonight, I reckon, and just keep an eye out on him because we've got a snippet of him. So hopefully he can show what he's got. But as you mentioned, what a goal that was by Christopher Duggan, one for the highlight reel. And look, he's got it in him. It's just making sure he does it week in, week out.
Goals are goals, but goals like that will be repeated for months and months to come. Reardon to Kiosis. That's the battle that we're waiting out for. And here comes John Quall, looking to latch onto that one, but saved by Sulich. About 13 minutes into this contest thus far. And Sydenham Park, almost a mistake at the back there. And here they go. Here they come. And there goes the ball Sam on the right. Tosses inside once. Falls onto that far side. Whipped in centrally. Turned once again. Looking to fight his way between, it seemed, 4 Port Melbourne defenders. And a free kick has been awarded to the aforementioned Port Melbourne. Luke Barfarosh within the tussle there. But it was quite the turn there from Emil Delaney, and Sydenham Park creating effectively on these sporadic chances that they have.
Yeah, and they've got to make sure that they put them away because you're not going to get too many chances against Port Melbourne, and the coaching staff will obviously see that they found some gaps and start to close that off. So they've really got to make sure, and that's an offside there. No VAR here tonight, so the linesmen there going to have to be 100% with there. But look, again, Sydenham Park breaking through, finding gaps. It's just at the end, they don't have the finished product, and I feel that Bobo Sam just might need one chance, and it could be the goal that he desperately needs. But so far so good from both sides.
Absolutely, right out for Emil Dami, who had that recent chance on that far side. And please keep your comments coming through on the Facebook Live. We'd love to hear what you have to say. A strong contingent watching on this evening from the FV channels. It's always great to see everybody getting in the action. Here come Port Melbourne. Through Christopher Duggan. Looked to have stumbled there, but ends up finding his way through possession. And Port Melbourne are awarded the free kick. Aaron Reardon assessing his options. Opts to go back to Michael Eager. The interplay has been immensely strong this evening. Barfarosh, Drutzis. Duggan not directed in the right spot. And Sulich will reconvene and, well, what does Sydenham Park have to do? They've identified the weak spots, if you will, of Port Melbourne, mainly through transition. So, I guess taking from that perspective, if you're at Sydenham Park, what do you do in order to get this pivotal first goal?
I think it's just they need to be more clinical in the final third. That's the only thing that's missing from them at the moment. They're able to break the lines, but Bobo Sam, they had opportunity, just probably overdid it. I think you just needed to pull the trigger. You never know, could go in. But look, Port Melbourne just need to tighten up their lines a little bit, because if Sydenham Park managing now to get through, I think with a slight tweak here and there, and they could find themselves in the lead, which is not what Port Melbourne want.
Well, absolutely. As we recommence action here at JL Murphy Reserve in Tanopolis. Quall rustling down. Well, Quall got that winner against the Bentley Greens in the NPL 1 earlier this season. Is a danger from set pieces, and might add he's got that aerial presence. Here is the aforementioned Qual. Looks to have tipped it over, but he ends up winning possession once again. Staunch run down that left-hand side and whips it centrally. And here comes Ball Sam. Looked to have won possession, but Port Melbourne succeed. And Chris Kiosis giving away the free kick.
Yeah, that was a smart play from Daniel Slovacek there. He knew the hit was coming and just used his experience and took the hit. Got hit a couple times, so the ref's eventually going to call on. But Ball Sam there probably should have been a little bit more clinical with his pass. The counter was available for him, but just goes to show you, just slow it down a little bit and could make a difference. But so far, Sydenham Park continue to go on an attack, and Port Melbourne just don't seem to close those gaps yet.
The buck of the possession has been earned by Port Melbourne, but Sydenham Park are valiant and possess an undying attitude, an unwavering commitment to playing counter-attacking football. And what a story it would be if they were to defeat 2 MPL opposition. 3 divisions above. You don't often see that. The magic of the cup, as they do say. We have had some cup sets, though, in this year's FFA Cup qualifying competition. Altona North defeating St Albans. I believe a State League 3, if I'm not mistaken. Always great to see. Nunawading City also were very close to defeating Dandenong City in last round. Dandenong City are taking on Northcote this evening. Sydenham Park have players forward, but Port Melbourne are applying the pressure. You see John Qual was about to make that very quick run in the central of the park. And here comes Qual again. He beats his man initially, but it was a handball through the motions. And Alex, I know it's a closed doors fixture, but if you look behind us, there are people watching from the cage. This is the commitment, the unwavering commitment to State League football, I must say. They would love to witness the cup in action.
Yeah, it's a shame. Unfortunately, after they would have had a good crowd in, especially on a Tuesday night. But nevertheless, hopefully everyone's at home watching. But Sydenham Park need to be careful here. Cole has almost got him through a couple times, and he's going to use his pace. It's a good run here. Breaks the lines nicely here. Just needs to get a shot off. And just backpedal a little bit. But if they switch over to the left-hand side, players are lining up, and it's Cole. Can't get a shot off. Kasusis swings it in. And Sydenham Park finally deal with it. But at the moment, it's just Port Melbourne.
How about Cessnick with that run, turning in his markers once and twice. It was a wonderful effort there from Cessnick. And here comes Kiosis. Was brought down in the follow-through. And, well, Port Melbourne have a very dangerous set-piece opportunity. Look who's gone up. Of course, it's Michael Eager who's gone up for the corner alongside Aaron Reardon. A dangerous opportunity to open the scoring in this FFA Cup Round 6 qualifying fixture. Round 5 is actually still occurring. Would you believe it? The third time lucky. Preston Lions taking on Oakley Cannons this evening. I believe, is it 8 p.m. kickoff? Well, 7:30 kickoff. My apologies. And Dandenong City and Paco also kicking off shortly. And my apologies, also actually Northcote taking on North Geelong Warriors as well. Chris Kiosis is on the edge of this free kick. George Mells whips it far and, well, too far, just behind that right post. Would you have advised a different set-piece plan in that action?
Yeah, definitely, Neil. I would have aimed at probably close to the penalty box. You've got your tall timber there with Aaron Reid and Michael Eager coming in. But, yeah, probably disappointed there by Port Melbourne. Wasted opportunity. I mean, they haven't had a real good chance at goal for quite a while now, even though they've had a lot of the possession. So maybe a wasted opportunity there.
Absolutely, and well, Sydenham Park are slowly finding their way into this game. They're identifying the gaps that are needed. And it's an intriguing time for those involved in community football. Obviously with community sport resuming last week. And here comes John Quall, is brought down, free kick awarded. Well, conversely, we have the exact same set piece on the other side. Well, not distinctly, but it is eerily similar.
Yeah, and this is the opportunity to learn from the last mistake, and hopefully they can put in a good cross. Sydenham didn't have a lot to do in the last opportunity they had in a free kick, so now that Port Melbourne got to do a better effort. Sydenham Park obviously got numbers behind with only Bobo Sam up top, so looking to break those lines as long as they can get through. But look, a chance for Port Melbourne. You never know, anything could happen.
Anything can happen. Here come Port Melbourne. Obstacle short to Luke Barfarosh. Whipped in once more, and it's headed away well from Sydenham Park. And can they spur on a counter-attack? Not as fast for Matthew Natopoulos. And Sydenham Park will seek to build up, but possession was thrown away. And John Quall finds himself on the left-hand side on a one-on-one challenge. Very eager push from Oscar Thompson, and the goal kick is end up being awarded to Sydenham Park. And you got to say, the halfback in Matthew Intomolopoulos has been quite the presence for Port Melbourne.
Yeah, just standing tall, doing his job, knows what's required, and so far so good from him. But yes, Sydenham, it's a wayward coming in there from Euro Salic, probably should have done better, and Sydenham got away with that one with an offside there. But at the moment, there's really just no team really wants to take the game with the scruff of the neck. I think they're just still trying to suss each other out, and hopefully we should see a change, I think, over the next 5 minutes.
Absolutely. It's not the coolest evening within Victoria, but obviously we're entering those cooler months, and well, where would you rather be than a Tuesday evening watching some FFA Cup action? And it's cleared down the lines, and it was a fantastic chested ball there from Michael Thompson, and well, the throw is won by Port Melbourne. And it's Chris Kiosis. And I must say, Sydenham Park have done a fantastic job to really contain Christopher Duggan, and Emmeline Wellsmore on a run here and finds the attacker on the edge of the area. And Sydenham Park will come away with it here on the left-hand side. When they attack, they go on the wings, not really central, but Port Melbourne, conversely, love to mix it up, and it's a mix and mash, if you will. Flexibility from those at JL Murphy Reserve to adapt to the play and search for which options are free in the middle. Luke Barfarosh goes all the way down here. Now, what a sliding challenge that was from Michael Sims to eliminate that ball. You would have said he would have been on the run immediately. Very close on goal, but well, Sydenham Park remaining stoic and strong.
It was a beautiful tackle there, clean. Didn't hit the player, so that just shows you the experience. But you're definitely right there, Neil. Port Melbourne at the moment can change it up how they attack. They go through the middle, they go through the wings. Whereas at the moment, Sydenham Park are just sticking to going through the wings. So they've broke the lines through the middle a couple of times and shown they can do it. It's just they stick to that wing play. So they could look for a quick cross coming in, but they're holding up still. Just at the moment, chance now. They break. Sydenham. Numbers on there. Bobo Sam, can he look to cut in? On his left, too many touches. Got a shot off there in the end. Falls. And it's hit the side netting. And that was a wasted opportunity there, but an ominous warning sign.
An ominous warning for those at Port Melbourne. Complacency is not the means to operate. The two most obvious chances have come from Sydenham Park, despite Port Melbourne's domination. That's that extra inch of confidence that may need in order to progress into the next round of the FFA Cup. Here comes George Mills. And Reardon is assessing his options, has got liminal space to operate within, and you see Sydenham Park has done a fantastic job to contain the defenders, have maintained a consistent line defensively. And George Mills holds up play. Sesnick. Michael Eager. Kiosis on a one-on-one, and beautiful chip over by Matthew Nitolopoulos, and a foul on the edge of the area, and this is a distinct free kick opportunity, and George Mills, the former A-League product, will certainly be over it. He's got a banging right foot, as we know, has scored a couple good goals within the NPL Victoria this season, and this opportunity could prove crucial. I have to say Sulich has to be on the edge of his toes there. It could go right, could go left, you never know.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's going to go for that left-hand side. He's definitely got to get it on target at least. It's a great opportunity. They've haven't had a lot of chances in front of goals, Port Melbourne. Sydenham Park have had a lot more chances, but this is a time where you experience the knowledge that you've gained, and being the Premier League team, you've really got to take this advantage and make sure that this is at least a goal, whether it goes in or it's a rebound. But Sydenham Park, this is a good test. This will be a really good test for them, and Euro Salik has got to make sure he stands tall and that wall does its job.
Chris Kiosis, shot taken. What a wonderful save from Sulich. Down to his right, gets down to it effectively. It was Chris Kiosis on that one. Perhaps something we weren't expecting. Got down low, got down to it, and Sydenham Park remain in this contest. However, Port Melbourne have a corner. The chances have not been evaded as of yet. Whipped in high, and there comes Sulich once again on the punch out. And here comes Sydenham Park. Well, went centrally, and unfortunately for Sydenham Park, Lou Bafarosh was waiting. Here comes Emmeline Wellsmore. And Mills goes down to that far right side to find Sesnick, but up and waiting was Sydenham Park. I believe the ball has actually gone into, well, it looked to have been, by the gauging where the security guards were going, into the referee's room. But I don't think the ball has a mind of its own. And we will continue. Once again, a call for handball, and Port Melbourne end up winning the free kick. Here comes Sesnick. Plenty of Sydenham Park defenders to deal with. And Sydenham Park will come away with it here. Here comes Damie, brushing on goal. He's got Borbor Sam on his right. He latches onto it on the edge of the 18-yard box. Cuts inside. Ball whip centrally. Oh, just across the face of goal. If only a tap-in from Damie could occur, we might have been looking at a 1-0 advantage to Sydenham Park. The danger man, Borbor Sam, creating all the chances. In fact, Port Melbourne might come away with it here. Duggan. Qual with... Here comes Kiosis in the middle, and how about this tempo football? This is end-to-end stuff. George Mills goes to Kiosis. Mills lofts it high for Bafarush, headed on, and it ends up being a corner. I believe it was a deflection from the Sydenham Park defender. But how about this end-to-end football within the FFA Cup? It's wonderful to see State League 1 opposition coming up very close against NPL opposition.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, Neil, and what a chance that was for Borbor Sam. And it just shows you if he moves the ball a bit faster, he's able to get right in front of the goals. But they've got to get Emil Damey in more involved. He's got to go up to that halfway line and just wait there. And as soon as Bobo Sam gets there, just break the lines. At the moment, he's probably sitting 3/4 of the way. I'd like to see him a little bit higher because Bobo Sam's got the pace. And Damey there can definitely put a chance. And there it is. It's gone in. And it's a good finish. Michael Eager, the captain, stepping up from the corner. And Port Melbourne take the lead 1-0. And a good finish there by Michael Eager there, Neil.
Absolutely. And, well, if you don't succeed, try and try again. Set pieces have been abundant for Port Melbourne in these opening stages, and the breakthrough has been finally secured. And could this spur them on to get some more goals? But Sydenham Park will ensure that they have confidence to peg one back, or peg a couple back. The game is certainly not over, despite the 1-0 advantage for Port Melbourne, the home side here at JL Murphy Reserve, as we recommence play. Kiosis, they might look to get a second quickly. Duggan was brought down. You must say Oscar Thompson is fuming. Remonstrating with the referee here. No card administered as of yet. The tensions are rising here in the FFA Cup. Reardon. Qual. Twists and turns. Gets past his marker. Whipped in centrally. Here comes Christopher Duggan, who skies it over the bar. And how about John Quall twisting and turning to find a waiting Duggan as free as a bird. Scuffed it.
Yeah, that's unlike him on his own there. Really should have done better there, Christopher Duggan. But ominous warning signs now. Paul Melbourne look to push on and look for a second goal. And at the moment, Sydenham just need to get their heads back in the game. It's only 1-0. They've had their chances, they've had opportunities, so they're not out of it yet, and I definitely think they can get a goal, but they just can't afford to go 2-0 down just before half-time.
Absolutely, and a corner has been earned for Port Melbourne, and all the pressure is piling on Sydenham Park. As we're reaching the 36th minute mark in this cup contest. George Mells taking his time. And he will be the one to whip the ball in to the 18-yard box. It's high. I hit it once more, and it ends up not going in the back of the net. And I believe it was an offside flag against Port Melbourne. And Sydenham Park quickly to take out the goal kick. And a good sliding challenge there from Port Melbourne as a few in attendance expressed their jubilation. And it's a definite counter-attacking mentality here from Sydenham Park. Port Melbourne come away with it. Damey pushes his man down as we do see them beginning to impose their will. Here comes Sydenham Park. Fantastic turn from Borbor Sam. It's parried away and clear challenge from Duggan. Referee waves it away. Driving down on the left-hand side. Gops to go for the right-hand side. Luke Barfarosh! John Quall on the turn. That's a penalty. He's been given a certain penalty. You must say Salic slid in a manner which was dangerous. As Luke Barfarosh goes down and the penalty is awarded for Port Melbourne. A clear penalty there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Euro Salic had no choice there. He really had to make a challenge of it, and unfortunately, he's given away a penalty. Not what Sydenham Park wanted, but they definitely had a chance for a foul up here, but the referees waved that on. A bit of shirt tugging, but hopefully he's okay. The medic has gone out, maybe with that little bit of magic spray, but not good news now for Sydenham Park. If they go down 2-0 just before half time, just kill that confidence that they had going into the game. But still, you've got to get it back to the net, and Euro Salik now is on a yellow card, so it's going to make him second-guess himself every single time a player comes in or the ball's up in the air. He has to be pinpoint and make sure he doesn't clean up. So, penalty to come.
And it will be Christopher Duggan, the hero on Friday night. Could he be the hero this evening at JL Murphy Reserve? And it's good to see Luke Barfarosh back on his feet. Christopher Duggan for Port Melbourne. It was inevitable. Port Melbourne double their lead through Christopher Duggan after a very poorly timed challenge from the Sydenham Park keeper. All the momentum was swaying towards Sydenham Park, you would expect, and on those counter-attacks. But Port Melbourne have made the task ever so tough for the State League 1 minnows.
Yeah, just using their experience there, Neil. Patient build-up of the play. They, on the back foot a couple of times by Sydenham Park. They survived those scares, and then just shows you experience. That's all it was there. He took the penalty nicely well. He did a nice shoulder bump there, in possession. So just experience at the moment. It's outclassing Sydenham, and look, not out of it, but it's just the tasks are getting bigger and bigger now every single time. They attack, and it's the foul given away there, but you take those cheeky ones.
Absolutely, and Slovacek was brought down, and, well, it's a relatively dangerous spot for Sydenham Park. You'd expect if they're able to peg one back, they might be within a chance to restore parity. And let's not forget, they had the buck of the chances in that early stage. Ball whipped in. Seemed to have evaded several Port Melbourne defenders, but Joel Quall seeks to go back. Header and a tussle. And here comes Ball Sam on the right-hand side. Options waiting in the middle. Opts to go wide. Ball whipped in centrally. Header away, and Port Melbourne successful in that effort. And Andrew Withers is taking his time. Duggan, first time. It was a standard pass, but it went in the air for an awfully long time. And Aaron Reardon back to Michael Eager. Zesnik tussling through the middle of the park. Opts to go to Kiosis. Could this be the third? A fantastic job by Salik on the effort there. And Sydenham Park, well, the momentum is slowly shifting, you'd expect. They seem to have found out Port Melbourne's pressing nature, and we'll seek to counteract that. Will a goal suffice for the first half, Alex?
I think they've definitely got it in them. It's just... I just think they're sitting a bit too deep, and that's unexpected. You go down 2-0 down, you don't want to, cop another one. But you got to be brave. You got nothing else to lose. You're 2-0 down. I'd like to see, just moving up Emil Damir, just to move up a little bit and give Ball Sam just a bit more help there up the top. If you can get him there, he's got Slovacek obviously working hard, but I think if you can move up Emil Damir a little bit more, and that just gives Ball Sam enough time now to really break those lines. But look, one goal and they're back in it. 2-0 is not the greatest of score lines. We've seen that, and it's a turnover there, and now Port Melbourne look to break, but
certainly never game over for Sydenham Park. They'll continue to fight. Ball Sam. Driving centrally. Got plenty of space. Could this be it for Sydenham Park? Calls for handball from the referee, and he waves it away. It looked to have certainly touched his chest or his arms. I can't decide. Without the advent of replay, we'll never know. Oh, we will know, but only after we look after it. seemed to have lost his footing, and the sliding challenge there from Daniel Slovacek. Sydenham Park are utterly furious. Could this translate within their football? Here they come. You can really feel the animosity brewing here at JL Murphy Reserve. Duggan utilising his physicality, however, Sydenham Park win the free kick. And I say for the first time within this fixture, they really had the upper hand. Ball whipped in, and well, a goal kick will arrive for Port Melbourne.
Yeah, they've just got to get Duggan under control. He's using his physicality to his advantage, and I think they've just got to be careful and make sure that Oscar Thompson stays with him and go body to body. But that was a chance there by Daniel Slovacek, looking to cut it back into the middle. But maybe from those chances, maybe just go at a goal, and you never know. Could end up at the back of net. But good work from Sydenham. They're still working. No offside there. Salik comes out this time decides to clear it and not clean up the player. So, look, Sydenham Park are breaking the lines, which is good. They are still attacking. I think they just need that end product, which at the moment letting him down.
And Port Melbourne on the throw. It'll be Luke Barfarosh. And 1 minute of stoppage time to be allocated. And looks to be at the half-time break. A 2-0 buffer for Port Melbourne. After, well, slight pressure from Sydenham Park. It certainly hasn't been one-way traffic. About half a minute left for Sydenham Park to secure anything more than a goal. Ball Sam. Got that blistering pace running through the middle. Beats several defenders. Here comes Dammy. Looked to be within a one-on-one chance, but loses his footing, and ball hasn't gone out yet. Whipped in centrally, and it's cleared away from Port Melbourne, and well, it ended up being a goal kick as we are waiting for the referee to call half-time. And there is a half-time whistle here at JL Murphy Reserve. An opening header from Michael Eager secured Port Melbourne's first of the evening, whilst a very poor goalkeeper challenge from Salik led to a spot kick secured and scored by Christopher Duggan. It is round 6 of the FFA Cup qualifiers, with Port Melbourne 2, Sydenham Park 0. Welcome back to round 6 of the FFA Cup qualifiers within Victoria. It's Port Melbourne taking on Sydenham Park Soccer Club. If you missed the first half, welcome. And we had 2 goals from Port Melbourne in the first half, both from set pieces. Christopher Duggan with the penalty to secure the second goal, and the first one came courtesy of a Michael Eager header. And, well, Sydenham Park have got plenty of work to do. Let's keep in mind that they are 3 divisions below Port Melbourne, but they've been very valiant in their efforts, haven't they, Alex?
Yeah, they have, Neil. Forget about where they're playing. I think Sydenham Park so far probably had more chances in front of goals. They just haven't been clinical. They've broken the lines a couple of times, and experience just showed there in the first half with Port Melbourne getting 2 goals from a corner and a penalty. But plenty to play for. 45 minutes away. I think if Bobo Sam can just get a little bit more help from Emil Damey and Daniel Slovacek, I think it'll make a big difference. And I think in the first 10 minutes, Sydenham need to attack. Got nothing to lose. It's all or nothing. If they can get a quick goal, they're back in this game and just puts the pressure back on Port Melbourne. And hopefully, we get a couple more goals and even up the tie a little bit. Your thoughts, Neil?
Well, yeah, I think more or less the same. Sydenham Park have been very good on the counter-attack, and I think Port Melbourne have broken the lines very effectively. I think Sydenham Park are they're not able to get back in many stages, and I think we actually are seeing a substitution for Sydenham Park. And I believe 2 substitutions will be arriving for Sydenham Park. Can you...
Gera Bilansky.
Gera Bilansky.
And Marcy Benjamin.
And Marcy Benjamin coming on for Sydenham Park.
Zach Soyalski.
And Zach Soyalski is coming off as well. Marcy Benjamin going on the wrong side initially, but he's back on the right side. Sydenham Park are ready to attack in this second half. And will Port Melbourne hold on? Who knows? Long ball from George Mells onto Luke Barfarosh. It's ended up being cleared, and, well, Port Melbourne will have the efforts. Will these substitutes do much to sort of reinvigorate a depleted Sydenham Park side in many stages? An early goal must be needed if they want to secure the victory in regulation time. But as it is cup competitions, there'll be no replays. If it is scoreless, well, if it is a draw, scoreless, if it is a draw following full time, we will have extra time, 15 minutes apiece. And if the 2 teams aren't able to be split at that point, penalties. Bobo Sam in a tussle with Luke Barfrosh ends up winning it. And here they go. Sydenham Park. Can they get something to go here? Opts to go centrally. Long shot taken, and just skies over the bar there from Daniel Slovacek. But they're looking positive, moving the ball forward. They're more exquisite within the way they're able to interplay between the midfielders, you have to say.
Yeah, I think it's a good inclusion to get Gera Bilansky in there. Definitely a forward-attacking type of player, which is probably what they need help with. And you can see they've changed it up a little bit. I think they're playing a 4-2-3-1 system. So it look like they're seeing them going to go all out attack. And, credit to them. They've got nothing to lose. If they can get a quick goal early on, it just changes up the tie a little bit, and they can push on from there. So it'll be interesting to see.
John Quall in a defensive challenge from Sydenham Park, and they come away with it. Long ball played over to, that's the man of the hour, Bobo Sam. Barfarosh with the tussle. Bobo Sam says, "No way, I'll push you over." Drives in the middle of the 18-yard area. Damini. Tussling and turning, looks to get the shot away. Spent too much time, but they come away with it. Sydenham Park, shot deflected. And how about that from Bobo Sam? Physicality in abundance. Christopher Duggan. whips it long and wide, and there's no attackers waiting there. He's got everything, doesn't he, Bobo Sam?
Yeah, he does. The only thing he hasn't done is put the ball in the back of net. But look, just got to use your advantage there. He's got the size on him and pace. And, you know, you've seen how Chris Duggan did the same thing on the other end. And that's what maybe Sydenham need to do. Maybe get a little bit more physical. You know, let Port Melbourne know, hey, look, we're still in this game. It might be only 2-0, but one goal makes a big difference. And look, Sydenham definitely coming out to attack, I reckon. And like we said, in the first 10 minutes, if they can get a goal, they're back in this game. It's just making sure that they're clinical in front.
And that will be the most important thing for Sydenham Park Soccer Club to try and get a goal to go their way. Marty Benjamin has been a timely inclusion. Obviously, they've got Dammy as well. He hasn't really found his way into this game thus far. But the aggressors have been Sydenham Park. If they're going to get a goal, they want to get it early, as we mentioned before. Vidanovsky. Sims. Bobo Sam. I look to have lofted it over, but goes as far as George Mells. Bobo Sam looking to go a bit central now. It's intriguing. The evolution of a player. If you go left, we'll go right. I believe he started this fixture on the right side and has drifted more to the left now, which is an intriguing tactic utilised here by Sydenham Park. Perhaps he is their distinct playmaker. But Marty Benjamin under a little pressure there. And Sims lofts it over. Benjamin waiting on the far right side. Ends up whipping it in, but go as far as Luke Barfarosh, who clears away. Will they look for the rebound? Rolled central. And Marty Benjamin was appealing for a penalty there. Perhaps not much in it. Here comes Simonik, and here all the way comes Christopher Duggan. Luke Barfarosh was a bit central, and it ends up clearing. But Duggan, the keeper's off his line, takes a shot. Well, last-ditch clearance from Sydenham Park. Could have been all the troubles there. You must say, Salek was off his line. If that ball was lofted any higher, we could have been looking at a 3-0 scoreline. And the referee, a bit of a tussle here, and plenty of upheaval, mainly emanating from Sydenham Park, and it appears that some yellow cards might be handed out. Or perhaps not.
I think Rev just needs to calm things down a little bit. You know, both teams are attacking, but yeah, Euro Salek there was caught in no man's land. Not sure what he was thinking. He did have the defender there, could have easily played it back to him and just put themselves in an awkward position. But Chris Duggan, like you said, if that was just a little bit higher, that was definitely in the back of the net. But again, Bobo Sam, you know, switching it up. It's something, like I said, Sydenham's got to do something different. It didn't work in the first 45. In the second 45, they've got to make a difference, and they need that goal. If they, you know, as time goes on, the pressure gets to them, and obviously they start to take more risk, and Port Melbourne will see that, and then you know, using their experience, counteract that. So look, it's so far so good. No goals being copped, and Sydenham will like that, but they need to get a goal soon.
Well, they have been the aggressors, which is something you often don't see. And this was the mentality that secured them that 3-0 victory over MPL2 opposition in Goulburn Valley in the previous round. Dammy, chested ball, looked effective. Eerily similar to a Mitchell Duke strike against Wellington. Perhaps waiting there, but nonetheless, Port Melbourne will come away with it. John Quayle's drawn down, and Port Melbourne take the free kick quickly. And tempo slowed down. Wellsmore. He has got Barfarosh waiting on that right-hand side. We'll see Luke Barfarosh was the one brought down for that penalty that secured Port Melbourne's second. And, well, the pass was too strong, and Sydenham Park have thrown a very dangerous attacking segment of the pitch. Ansubom. Marcy Benjamin looked to break away from his man there, but Port Melbourne will come away. Sesnick was waiting, and here Sydenham Park will spur on their side. Ball, Sam. Well, Sydenham Park have come out strong and valiant. Alex, I guess, what do they really need to do here? I guess you've identified the mishaps, and they've changed a lot of those adjustments that they initially had within the first half. What's next for them?
I think it's just got to be a little bit better when they do have the possession. They're turning it over a little bit too easily. I think ball Sam there a lot faster. Get a player down to the flank. Just give it to him straight away. They know he's going to get double teamed most of the time. So for him, it's more about making smart plays. You know, they've got a chance now. They can just spread Port Melbourne here. And just the wrong pass. They had, clear-cut Bobby Vidanovsky there on his own, who could have gone back to Ball Sam. But the inclusion, I think, of Gera Bilyansky has made a difference. But just in front of goals, they need to get a shot off. Update from the Preston Oakley game. Oakley leading 1-0 thanks to a penalty. And also there will be crowds back at the games this weekend. It's just been announced.
Love to see it. Crowds back at NPL and State League football this weekend. For those watching on a live stream, hallelujah for many. More breaking news coming through. It's textbook FFA Cup action here at JL Murphy Reserve. Marcy Benjamin. First touch was a bit off, but play is won by Port Melbourne, and, well, Sydenham Park growing ever so frustrated with the lack of balls going their way. As we are reaching the 10th minute here, a goal right now would be pivotal. Would be absolutely pivotal, with half an hour remaining in in the second half at least, and, well, it's the underdog story that has really catalysed this fixtures build-up, and Sydenham Park are performing, some would say, better than expected, and Withers caught off his line over the bar. Oh, Withers looked like he had it comfortably, but as the ball came closer, he was like, ooh, this may be a bit of a trouble.
Yeah, it could have ended up a David Seaman type of goal there, but it's a lot better from Sydenham. They're starting to now attack a bit more. You can see they're pressing high up the field. I think that's been the difference. They're starting to press a bit more and really cause Port Melbourne to turn it over. You can see here. You can see the referee just calling that back out. So a lot better from Sydenham, but again, it's just making sure the final product, it's not there. If they can just get that organised and be more clinical in front of goals, it's definitely game on from here.
Well, they thought to make their changes early, that would maybe spur on the attacks, and has done so thus far. And a header there from Sydenham Park, and they might come away with it. Tempo drying up slightly, yet play will continue. Marcy Benjamin on the right. Well, Port Melbourne, they were pressing in that first half, and that led to a lot of the turnovers. And they're employing a similar strategy now, but Sydenham Park, they've done well to counteract it. But the rewards haven't been thus as forthcoming. Ball Sam. He's got all the time in the world. Shot taken for Ball Sam! Just goes wide of the goal. And the right foot of Ball Sam goes past the hand of Andrew Withers, but not in the back of the net.
Yeah, no, it's a shot off, but again, not clinical enough. That should have been on target. At least give Withers a bit of a scare and force him into a save. That one, I think he knew was going wide. But again, it's switching the play. taking those chances, and it's slowly coming together. But again, it's just in front of goals. They're not clinical, and Port Melbourne just seem to have switched off a little bit. I feel they feel like 2-0. We're comfortable, and it's a big enough lead. But in this game, 2-0. One goal and you're back in it, and then you're suddenly chasing the game. So Sydenham just need to continue to press. Don't get frustrated. Calls might go against them. It's expected. You're chasing a game, so everything you feel like is going against you, but the heads have got to be in this game still.
Keep your head in the game. That is a call from our co-commentator this evening. And it seems that Port Melbourne might make a substitution. Barfor rush over the top. Free kick has not been awarded. Advantage has been conversely called. Dammy in a 1-on-1. It's called for offside. He was extremely beyond that defensive line, and we might see the first substitutions coming from Port Melbourne. I did see the fourth officials substitution board change numbers. However, we might wait a little bit. But Dammy, it's just for him to get in those runs, but to beat that offside trap, that's the most important thing for him. And perhaps a goal might come. But John Quall is faced with a 1-on-1 here, and a well-defended chance there from Sydenham Park, and they get the free kick in a relatively dangerous spot. Port Melbourne, you'd expect if they manage to, score their third goal from as many set pieces, that will make quite the headline going into next round.
Yeah, definitely right. And I think it will be just too big of a task for Sydenham to call back 3. But still, nevertheless, they've got to deal with this now, and make sure that you can see. Look, they've changed it up a little bit. Previously, if they're in this position, they would have only one player up top. Now they've got 3. I think they've learned the last time that we can break on the counter, but we've just got to have numbers up. Cross, it's played down the line. Can they go over the top? It's low, cleared by Sydenham, but only as far.
And the ball secondary whipped again and calls for handball, but end up winning possession. Wonderful turn from George Mells. Looks to operate in space and was lofted over to Christopher Duggan, and seemed to have hit his hand on the way through. And it will be Port Melbourne to make the substitution, and it appears if it's Jackson Courtney Perkins will be coming on after this segment in play. Marcy Benjamin winning possession from a throw-in. So Jackson Courtney Perkins will be coming on for Port Melbourne. And off will be coming John Quall. Had chances of many in that first half and was unable to exactly spur his team on to a goal following his contributions. However, he's been a wonderful addition to this Port Melbourne side. And Jackson Courtney Perkins is a versatile defensive unit. He's also able to push up higher on the flanks and also centrally as well. Dammy between 2 defenders and ends up unsuccessful in his attempt to fight his way through on that far side, but Sydenham Park still win the ball, and they might look to play it more centrally and cause Port Melbourne a headache. Ball Sam driving in, goes centrally, and it was just too far for Bobby Vidanowski to turn it around centrally. But that's the right play. Attacking that 18-yard box, trying to get something to go for them. That's really the motto. Here comes Courtney Perkins. On that left-hand side, driving once more. What a wonderful one from Jackson Courtney Perkins, and has been defended extremely well by Sydenham Park. And Jackson Courtney Perkins picked that ball up in the defensive half and managed to find his way in the 18-yard box. Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, there's a great run there by Jackson there. He just made sure had to ride every single challenge. He does have 4 goals against his name for this season so far, so Port Melbourne looking to kill off the game now. They've sensed that the Sydenham Park are just lingering around, and if Port Melbourne can finish this off, it's going to be game over, I think.
Kiosis drives it more, header away, and Borbor Sam will be the one to pick it up. Eager waiting with him. Turns once. Is tumbled over Borbor Sam, but you could have seen Vidanovsky appealing for the ball, screaming. And it seems as if Port Melbourne have got about 9 defenders back. They're very aware of the threat that Sydenham Park can pose. And that's the structural awareness that they need. Intestinal fortitude. Duggan was close, ends up winning, and Christopher Duggan, 1-on-1 here! There it is! Port Melbourne have all but secured their place in round 7 of the FFA Cup qualifiers. It's Christopher Duggan who secures a brace for Port Melbourne. Fantastic effort from Christopher Duggan to beat his man and Michael Sims. And creating that one-on-one chance. And the fairy tale story might be drawing to a close.
Yeah, just showing experience there, Christopher Duggan. Patiently had to, watch the ball carefully, protect it at all times, and he just waited to go on his left foot. As soon as he had enough space from his defender, let it rip, and then just beautiful finish there, showing his experience. And I think that's going to break Sydenham's heart there. They were in this game, they were attacking, they just couldn't find the end product, and I think 3-0 down now, I think all in all rules them out. But look, they've just got to continue playing, regardless of the result. They can mix it with the big boys. You never know. They can get a goal back or two, and just maybe might change the game up a bit.
Borbor Sam bringing down Luke Barfarosh, and there is the first yellow card from an outfield player of Sydenham Park. Obviously, Juro Salik earned himself a yellow card, and Andrew Memorakis is remonstrating with Borbor Sam. Memorakis has actually earned himself a couple A-League appearances as a referee. Bit of banter as well. Love to see it. George Mells will take a sip of water. As a breakdown in play, as we wait for Luke Barfarosh to hopefully be okay. Obviously, he was brought down by Salik for that second goal. And George Mells will restart play. Well, what does Sydenham Park have to do? A distinct victory is, well, unless we get something of a South Melbourne versus Dandenong City contest like we had in the 2015 FFA Cup, it's not looking great. 2017 FFA Cup, so to speak. It doesn't look great for them. However, a goal could change a lot, and you never know what could happen in the FFA Cup.
Yeah, you're definitely right there, Neil. I think you just continue playing. Like I said, the scoreline, it is what it is. You can't change that. I mean, if you can get one back in, it might change the game. But keep playing, keep attacking. Look to build on this performance. They've still got, play the league this weekend, and that's a big game coming back. But look, they can hold their heads high. They've mixed it with the big boys. They just weren't clinical. That was the difference between the two teams. Port Melbourne were clinical, Sydenham Park weren't, and that's the reason why they're up 3-0.
Well, it's a great run by Wellsmore, and Duggan ends up playing it back. George Mells with his trademark whip down to the left-hand side. Courtney Perkins, a good sliding challenge away, but I have to agree with you in your statements. I mean, there's plenty to look up forward to, and they should be filled with confidence knowing that they went toe-to-toe with the NPL 1 side and actually played them off the park in many instances. Obviously, attacking chances have been not as frequent as you'd expect, but they've performed relatively well for a State League 1 opposition. We have seen many blowouts in the FFA Cup, and well, it's a show of resilience that they have done well, they were eerily close to securing a couple of goals of themselves within the first half. Remember, the first 3 chances were all Sydenham Park.
Yeah, they were, and they can hold their head high. It's you're playing 3 divisions up from where you naturally play week in, week out. And you had your chances on any other given day. If they'd gone in, we could have said the Sydenham Park's up 3-0, and so, Port Melbourne are chasing the game. But it is what it is. Keep building, keep learning. It's a good experience for them to go this deep in the FA Cup, build on it, to continue on with the season, and push themselves on to next season, maybe do a bit better.
Absolutely. They currently sit 5th in the State 1 Northwest. And obviously got that big victory over Sunshine George Cross. Caroline Springs George Cross, my apologies. Come Port. Barfarosh. Touch was a bit too heavy on that first instance. Sesnick. And that's a corner earned for Port Melbourne. And, well, they do love the set pieces, Port Melbourne, don't they? You never know what could occur. Might be a forthcoming. And it seems as if Port Melbourne will also make a substitution as well. Daniel Edwards to come on imminently. And my apologies, and I must say that Andrew Withers is actually not playing today. It's actually Evan Markogiannikis that is actually in goals tonight.
That's what the team sheet had that, so apologies.
The team sheet did state that Andrew Withers was within the lineup. However, he might be on the bench this evening. And there is the substitution. Daniel Edwards coming on for the brace scorer, and Christopher Duggan putting a wonderful shift today. He's in some goal-scoring form. Scores goals from open play, scores bicycle kicks, and scores penalties. Love to see it.
That's what you want from your main striker. He's done his job tonight. Solid performance, 2 goals to add to his tally. Just showed he led from the front, put his body where he needed to be. He was physical, when they needed him the most, and clinical. That's the 2 different things. Whereas Sydenham Park, tried to match it, but they just weren't clinical. And now, look, they go home victors. Still got a bit of time to play, but Port Melbourne push on.
Luke Barfarosh rolls it central. This might be the 4th. Yes, it is! Pierces the back of the net. Port Melbourne up 4 on the rebound, and, well, that was Sesnick. Sublime strike from Sesnick to make it 4. And the goals might be piling in now as Sydenham Park will be making 2 substitutions. And this is why they are an NPL 1 side. So effective. Three, trifecta. Love to see it. Here we go. And it will be Bobo Sam coming off. Oh, my apologies. It will actually be Dammy who comes off as well.
So Oscar Thompson and Damien Doncheski also coming off. So Sydenham Park, nothing you can do about that. It's 4-0. Give the couple of kids a run, an opportunity for them to learn from it, and just keep playing the game. Regardless of the result, it is, you're not going to get 4 back. Keep playing, keep challenging yourselves, giving these young kids a go. This is valuable experience for them, and they only do them wonders and push them on to the important, which is the league for them. They want to get promoted, and the only way they're going to learn is if they play these type of bigger teams from higher divisions.
Absolutely so. And Sydenham Park they've got 5 new players on, and if they can get a goal against MPL1 opposition, it will still be deemed a good day at the office for most neutrals of this fixture. But with about 18 minutes to play, any signs of a Sydenham Park comeback have been slowly but surely eliminated.
Yeah, it's a tough evening in office, but like we said, they're going to learn from it. They can build on this experience, and just goes to show you that to play at this level, you need to be clinical in front of goals, because that's the only way you're going to win these games, and you can't afford to be complacent. They broke the lines, they managed to get through, but just in front of goals, they just couldn't find the back of the net. And at the end of the day, that's what the teams play for, to win, get goals. And Port Melbourne have done their job tonight. Look, it wasn't their best, but when it mattered, that's when they counted, and they've done that. And they continue on and push on for the weekend. A couple of goals underneath their belt today. That'll do them wonders after having 3 weeks off. Referee waves that one off. Very lucky not to give away another penalty there. Sydenham Park at the moment now just need to stick to playing. And like I said, regardless of the result, give these young kids a go. They'll learn from this experience, and they'll be better for it. And give them that chance to, next time when they play, understand the game a bit better.
Oh, absolutely. It's about understanding the game, understanding the tempo, and, you never know. They could integrate themselves into an NPL system, and, as soon as this season. Obviously, we now have the avenue of an NPL 3 division now, which is brilliant. Barfarush searching. And I believe we will be seeing a couple more Port Melbourne substitutions. Christian Bobanchi will be coming on. And Nicholas Ward as well. And substitutes are plenty. It's great to see. Sydenham Park looking to build up the tempo, and they're doing so effectively, however not as effective as Port Melbourne. And they might pounce on their mistake. Courtney Perkins. A challenge there. Referee waves away the penalty. Ball was won first. And the Port Melbourne coaching staff expressing their discontent at that decision. And it will be the aforementioned Christian Babachi coming on. Emmeline Wellsmore coming off. And Nicholas Ward also coming on for Michael Eager. Will we be witnessing a very calm and composed 15 minutes, Alex? Or do you think that Port Melbourne will be looking to earn the 5th?
I think they'll push on. I think they'll go for a 5th goal and maybe a potential 6th as well. And you've just got to. You don't know what's around the corner. Confidence is the key with some certain players. That might be playing on a confidence factor. Putting 4 past Sydenham. Yeah, look, it's not the opposition they usually play week in, week out, but sometimes you got to play these games. Eventually, they'll face a team, maybe like an A-League team coming up, and then they'll be in a similar position to what Sydenham was. So they've got to learn from it, and you've got to take the wins as they come. You've got to take your losses as well, and this is a good opportunity. Ball Sam now.
Ball Sam waiting on the left-hand side in a one-on-one with Luke Barfarush. Couple of step-overs. Twists in the 18-yard area now. Barfarush is down, but Ball Sam is up. Ball Sam utilising his trickery, but had the ball too long, and Barfarush is down. and he's had a couple of injury niggles this evening, and this might be the last straw. Luke Barfarosh is down. And poor Physios has had plenty of two this evening.
You got to feel sorry for the young kid. He's copped a plenty today, and the physio might just need to stay on that wing next to him, and just hopefully he's okay. Look, this is the experience that he'll need. Coming into his career, he's going to have to take these hits. He'll be better for it. He'll understand it. His body will get used to these ones. But good, you got to give him credit. The kid keeps getting up, keeps going, and that's what you want to see from young players. Take the hits, learn from it, keep pushing yourself, keep moving, and he's done that. He's ran down his flank non-stop today, and it's a credit to himself. And that'll give him wonders heading into the final rounds into the season, and potentially in the next opponent they get in the FFA Cup. So good on him. Keep at it, and use that experience to your advantage.
Some couple of Twitter comments coming in from Paul Mavrodis. Borba was a part of Olympia in Hobart. A former Perth Glory product, of course.
Hopefully some good comments.
Of course. Also formerly of Nunawading City, Borbor Sam. And on the ball was the aforementioned Borbor Sam. And the whip was too far to the left. Well, Alex, the tempo sort of dried up a little bit, you'd have to say. And, well, not a lot of time left in this contest with Port Melbourne securing their spot in the next round of FFA Cup qualifying. The draw being made very soon after the fixtures tomorrow. And if you can give us some updates around the grounds as well, that'd be fantastic. As we will see Evan Markogianakis clear it away.
Oakley went up against Preston still.
Yep. And here comes Sesnick. Borbor Sam. At Sydenham Park, searching in the middle. Will they try and get something? Here comes Marcy Benjamin. Turns away from his man well. Looks to be turned away. And Sydenham Park with a shot taken. Just hits the side of the net. And Alex, we did ask for the score updates prior to this interval of play. And what can you provide us?
Oakley still leading 1-0 against Preston there. That game, just the second half is underway. In the other game, we've got Dandenong City and Pascoval. That's still 0-0. That one is still in just heading to the second half now. So that's another tight game there.
Lots of FFA Cup action to bring and provide to you as well. Tomorrow we have South Melbourne taking on Eastern Lions. And that is a big contest, isn't it? Huge.
And Avondale's up 3-0 against North Geelong. And that one is just about to finish first half. So Avondale clear winners in that one.
Well, Avondale, textbook FFA Cup round of 32 entrants. They have played the likes of Sydney FC across the FFA Cup journey. Sesnick. Mel's lost possession, and Sydenham Park might come away with it. On the right-hand side, looking central. And they opt to go back. Sydenham Park Soccer Club. Marcy Benjamin looked to have a sniff, but an effective clean-up from Evan Markogianakis.
Yeah, just a wasted opportunity there. They could have at least held on to the ball for a little while longer and put put the pressure on. But again, Port Melbourne now just in cruise control, just happy to move it from one flank to another. You can see they're counter-attacking really quickly now, and that just shows their experience. And Sydenham running out of ideas at the moment, and just hoping to send the ball long, and hopefully someone's on the end of it, which is probably not the right thing to do. Keep playing a game, keep building on it, work on the things that you didn't do so well in this game, and learn from it. And in the next game that you're coming up on the weekend, you know what needs to be done, and you'll be better for it.
Daniel Lee was on the edge of the 18-yard area. Free header. Looked to have almost crossed the line, and it was a fantastic defensive effort there from Sydenham Park. They might look to counter-attack here. They weren't initially successful, but the toe inside the boot clearance was effective. Comes as far as, well, it was a deflected shot, and we'll Sydenham Park a couple away with it, but I guess cast your minds back. Imagine if Evan Marco Giannikis didn't get his hands to it with that outside of the boot shot from Borbor Sam in those very few first minutes. We could be looking at a much different scoreline this evening, but nonetheless, it's been a very valiant effort from those in State League 1. Oh, how about this run? How about this from Michael Sims? From defense to attack, utilizing his flexibility. He's quite undersized for a centre-back, but he got back so well. Michael Sims has found his way in the 18-yard area. And Port Melbourne might seek to capitalise as George Mells holds up play. Goes to the goal scorer Sesnick, who did well to rifle it into the bottom left corner to secure Port Melbourne's fourth, and calls for offside here from Sydenham Park. The assistant will not be needed. As we are edging closer to the finale in this FFA Cup Round 6 qualification match. Ansu Bomb goes down to Bobby Vedanovsky. Play driven through the middle, and well, Port Melbourne are picking up the loose balls, and they might try and get themselves a fifth. But I guess, Alex, as we come to the final 5 minutes within this contest, the FFA Cup as a whole, the skill disparity between State League and NPL 1, it isn't too far. The gap isn't too large. What would you have to say to that?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on there. And it's no discrediting to Port Melbourne or Sydenham Park. It is. I mean, it might be 3 divisions above, but you got to give credit to Sydenham Park. There's a chance here for Port Melbourne. Oh, and it's Euro Sale comes up trumps there, but Sydenham Park. Oh, he's just throwing it away. Can they have another chance on goal now? It's 11. Sorry, saves that one, but they look. They had their chances. Sydenham. They broke the lines nicely. They managed to get past the quality opposition, but they weren't clinical. And I guess that was the difference between the two sides tonight. Is one was clinical, one wasn't, and Sydenham Park will be asking themselves, what if we were clinical? Scoreline could have read differently, and like you said, I don't think there's a big difference. I just think it's a skill level that Port Melbourne just on the night took their chances and Sydenham Park didn't, and that's the story of tonight's game.
It was a very consistent game style from Port Melbourne to go centrally and also go on the wings as well when they needed to, through the advent of the likes of John Quall and Luke Barfarosh providing the efforts there and very effective means. Call there for Mussy Benjamin from Bobby Vidanovsky. past didn't exactly reflect that. But obviously, we're coming to the close of the FFA Cup qualifiers across the country. I believe tonight it's also the Northern Territory playoff as well, which is quite intriguing.
Also South Australia.
South Australia as well, New South Wales. Some of those spots have already been secured. It's good to see that the FFA Cup is taking shape after last year's cancellation due to COVID-related matters, but this year we should be in full effect. Of course, if border closures don't come into play, but rescheduling, we are grateful for the notion of rescheduling. This is why these clashes might be played in quick succession. The round of 32 will be starting in late August, we expect. And also, some A-League sides won't feature, with the FFA Cup playoffs to occur in early August, with the Newcastle Jets taking on Western United, and the Perth Glory will be taking on the Melbourne Victory, who finished bottom of the A-League table this year. An FFA Cup without Melbourne Victory would be a certainly intriguing sight, but that might be the scenario here. Ball Sam. And might come away with it, Sydenham Park. Massey Benjamin was waiting in the middle. Matthew Antilopoulos did well there. Luke Barfarosh. It's surprising to see Barfarosh on his feet, I must say. He's a very strong individual to recover from, I guess, the abundance of challenges he's been faced with. It's a real show of young players toughening up in the right stages.
Yeah, I definitely think that's going to do him wonders. He doesn't look big by his stature, but he definitely makes up for it in size, in heart and fight. And I think he's moved to a central back role now rather than the right back position. So again, it's good coaching here. He's done his job today on that right side. Now he's learning the ropes from how to play a centre back. And again, that's going to build his character and do him wonders. And that's credit down to the coaching side to give him that confidence at such a young age to do your job, and then look, hey, we're going to give you another task. Go do the centre back position.
Well, it's a real show of versatility for the young folks of the NPL1. And also, the fact that a 15-year-old is able to make a matchday squad in State League 1 is immensely impressive. And I believe you have some more information on that player. I guess sort of how he's performed as well this season.
Oh, look, he's going to get opportunities. I don't think he's had a lot this season at NPL level, but the times he has come on, he's shown that he can mix it. And tonight's just proven that solid performance from him. I don't think he's put a foot wrong. He's defended well. All right, you got bumped off the ball once, but hey, you learn from that, and next time you understand it a bit more and grow from it. And again, look, that's going to be one kid to watch out for, and I think he's going to cement his side position. His position in his side, and the centre backs of Aaron Reardon and obviously Michael Eger being captain need to watch out, because if they run out of form, that young kid's going to be knocking on their door saying, "Hey, coach, remember me? I can do the job for you."
Well, yes, as we are reaching stoppage time here, Sydenham Park have a corner. It's cleared away from Chris Kiosis. On the rebound, the initial touch from Michael Sims was wayward. This goes in the middle again. Header coming, and it's another corner for Sydenham Park. I'm sure many neutrals would love to see them get on the score sheet, but you must say that Evan Marco Giannakis has done a fantastic job this evening to, well, first of all, I think that first shot was the only thing he was troubled with from four-ball Sam, but since then he's remained very strong and stoic. It's been end-to-end in many phases, not too many stagnant moments in possession. Ball whipped in high. And it's cleared away from Daniel Edwards. And here comes Jackson Courtney Perkins. We mentioned he has that pace, and here he goes. A certain foul to be called, and the referee doesn't call it. Certainly looked like Courtney Perkins was cleaned up there. Nonetheless, we do continue. Ball Sam on the edge of the 18-yard area. Ball whipped in central. On the rebound, ball Sam again. Looked to have brought down Barfarush, and a corner has been awarded. Even within stoppage time, there's plenty of action here in the FFA Cup. Can Sydenham Park get the goal that they've been waiting for? Marco Giannakis did well to get up to it. And there it is. Port Melbourne defeat a resilient Sydenham Park side as the NPL1 Victoria side secures their spot in the FFA Cup Round 7 qualification. The State League 1 Northwest side did well to try and fight back, but it was 2 goals from Port Melbourne that's ensured that they would secure their place. One from Christopher Duggan and one from Alexander Sesnick. I've been your play-by-play commentator, Neil Simons, and he's been my co-commentator this evening. He's provided some wonderful insights. Your final takeaways from this fixture?
Firstly, thank you to everyone, Neil, for watching tonight. We appreciate it, and I'm sure the players at home, the players, thank you as well. Look, it's credit to Port Melbourne. They stuck to their guns. They were very rigid in their performance tonight. They continue to play the style that they usually play. And Sydenham Park, look, they mixed it with the big boys. It was just they weren't clinical in front of goals, and I think that was the difference in the end. And a couple, if it went the other way and they've gone in, we could have had a different result. But look, Sydenham Park will learn from that. They'll improve. They'll come back bigger and stronger, and they can push on for the end of the season. But they just weren't clinical in front of goals when it mattered. And Port Melbourne, they've done the job tonight. And I want to thank you, Neil. It's a fantastic call once again, and we thank you all for watching.
Please stay tuned for some more FFA Cup action coming up tomorrow and in the coming weeks. It's been an honour. Thank you very much, and have a good night.